Hello, everyone. It's your boy. Today, I'm going to be reading a story I wrote for you, a spooky story for October. This is called Mainstreet Bouquet Boutique. Flower shops are nice. To some, they are great, to others, awful. This vast gap in opinions cements their place in the nice category. The point being, flower shops aren't for everyone. Mainstreet Bouquet Boutique is a flower shop. It has gone by many names over the years. A few you may even recognize. Everyone remembers whatever name it takes when they see it. Or if not, they remember some small part of the experience. A smell, sign in the window, an uneasy feeling in your bones. No one is ever working there, despite the fresh flowers adorning the windows at all times. The signs, why, always exactly what you need at the moment. Roses for Valentine's Day, flowers for spring, corsage for prom. The Main Street Bouquet has a helpful sign, always there to remind you of whatever event you may have forgotten, which is good because you would never, ever want to forget, would you? Paul is a good man. He was a good husband, but through his own fault, a bad memory, hadn't remembered his anniversary in 3 years. Paul, a man who forgot. How unusual. He made many excuses. They all boiled down to one fact. He forgot. This year, he did everything he could not to forget. Notes, reminders, a few dependable friends, all ganged up and ready to help Paul remember. The day was well, the day came. All was well, all was good. Nothing could go wrong. Things went wrong. A rush at work, bad glue on a few post-its, friends that were less dependable than believed. Paul at his desk fighting an ever-growing mountain of paperwork. Well, he did it again. Paul, a good man, a good husband, forgot. He finished his very long day. A nice deep breath was had by Paul, who forgot. Blissful in his error, Paul headed home, whistling, looking at the shops as he passed. Paul saw the Main Street Bouquet Boutique. Paul never liked the small, unassuming flower shop. When they were young, Paul and his friends avoided walking down that side of the street whenever they could. A chill ran down Paul's spine. Almost against his will, his eyes fell to the sign out front. Anniversary? Don't forget the flowers. A realization gripped him, and Paul stopped whistling. In that moment, A mistake. Paul. Poor forgetful Paul. Panicking, he turned into the shop's parking lot. Paul took a deep breath. It's just a shop, he whispered. It's just a shop. Come in. The sign on the door beckoned. Childhood fear creeped into his shoulders. But Paul did the sensible adult thing. Paul buried the feeling, ignored it. The aroma of flowers, normal. The faint twinge of decay, expected, Paul told himself. 2 rows of flowers funneled customers to the counter of the small shop. With no one in sight, Paul glanced at the shelves. Hello there, young man. What brought you here? An old woman stood at the counter, barely tall enough to see over it. Um, well, you see, I forgot. Roses, of course. She produced a bouquet of roses, already napped, bow and card already in place. She smiled. Such a romantic flower. Paul swallowed. Yeah, perfect. She smiled wider. Uh, um, she smiled even wider. How much do I owe you? Paul fumbled for his wallet, dropping it. She, her smile seemed too wide for her face. Paul reached down for his wallet. Oh. Paul froze and looked up. The old woman smiled wider and wider. It wrapped up around the side of her head. Opening to reveal rows of sharp teeth. The maw continued to expand as the wall behind it became black, rotting plant matter. The woman rotted away, becoming one with the wall. Paul screamed, scurrying backwards for the door. He hit a soft, black wall of decay. Forgetting is bad. You shouldn't forget. Paul! Paul's wife filed a report. The police never found him. The case went cold. Yet another strange disappearance. Amid old rumors of infidelity, most thought he finally ran out. On Main Street, a small flower shop disappeared. Now, in the graveyard, a new gravestone stood. This is normal. Standing in graveyards is what gravestones are paid to do. Here lies Paul, a forgetful man. Before the grave a bouquet, roses naturally. To glance inside, you'll see a small card which reads, Our condolences. The back bears a flowery scripted logo of the Mainstreet Bouquet Boutique. How nice. That was Main Street Bouquet Boutique, written and performed by me. Once again, I am Shaboy, and thank you. And remember, don't forget,